Hey guys, so the last thing we are going to do for Chapter 4 before the Chapter 4 quest next week is Section 4.4. I know we skipped Section 4.3. We're going to do that later. So Section 4.4 is solving systems of equation word problems. So we are going to do 3 examples right now. The nice thing about word problems is you can solve the system however you want. I'm not going to say you have to solve it by any of the 3 methods that we have learned. So, number 1, a carpenter purchased 50 feet of redwood, 90 feet of pine for a total cost of $31.20. A second purchase at the same prices include these 2 amounts for $78. Find the cost per foot of redwood and pine. So always look at the question to come up with your variables. So we have redwood and pine. I'm just going to use R for the cost per foot of redwood and P, cost per foot of pine. So they give us 2 examples. 50 feet of redwood. Well, if each foot of redwood cost $3, then it would be 3 times 50. So what you're going to do is 50 is going to be your coefficient. So 50 times R plus 90 times P equals the money amount. Next one, 200 feet of redwood. So 200 R plus 100 P equals 78. Here is your system. You can solve it however you would like. I would suggest not graphing for these, so I would choose either substitution or elimination. If you were asked me personally, I think elimination is the easiest for these ones. So I'm going to choose to eliminate R because 200 is a multiple of 50, so I'm going to multiply the first equation by a -4. So negative 200R minus 360P equals whatever 3120 is. So 124.80. Let me check that real fast. That was correct. So by drawing my line here, I can eliminate my R's right there. So I have, oh, and I said negative, so there should be a negative here. My apologies. Negative 260P. That 6 looks pretty funny. All right. Negative 260P equals 78 minus 124.8. Negative 46.8. Divide both sides by 260. Negative 260, negative 260. P equals 0.18. All right, so that would mean 18 cents per foot of pine. Go back and plug in to find the cost per foot of redwood. So plug in 18 cents for P in the first or the second equation. The second one will be easier because P has a coefficient of 100. So hit pause and solve that out. All right, so 200R plus 100 times 0.18 equals 78. Running out of room. 200R plus 18, 78. 200R equals 60. So R is going to equal 0.3. So redwood costs 30 cents per foot. And pine was 18 cents per foot. All right, so the hardest thing really is just coming up with your equations and then solving them. All right, number 2. During 1 month, a homeowner used 400 units of electricity and 100 units of gas. For this total, the next month they used these amounts for 144. Find the cost per unit of gas. So this one they're only asking for one piece, but we do have electricity and gas. So I'm just going to use X and Y because I always seem that G and E tend to look like numbers for me. So X is going to be cost of electric unit. And Y is going to be cost for gas unit. Hit pause and take a few seconds to come up with your own equations here instead of listening to me, just so that you get in the habit of seeing how you would write your two equations. Both of your equations should have X and Y in the equation. All right, if you said 400X plus 120Y equals 147.20, you are correct. And then 350X plus 200Y equals 144. Hit pause and come up with your own method of solving this. You are always allowed to multiply the top equation by 10 if you need to get rid of the decimal place on the right. You wouldn't need to multiply it by 100 because it's ending in 0 with the 20 cents. All right, I chose to eliminate Y, so I found the least common multiple of 120 and 200, which was 600. I multiplied the top equation by 5 and the bottom equation by a -3. I showed in colors there, so the top equation's in green, multiplied by 5. Bottom equation's -3. And I got the cost of X, which I think was electric, is 32 cents per unit. And what did they ask for? Did they ask for electric or gas? Oh, they asked for gas. So I am going to plug in the 32 cents in for X in one of my equations and solve for Y. So let's plug into the bottom one. And I'll do it in purple so it stands out. So 350 times 0.32 and then 200Y equals 144. I think I'm going to run out of space. 112 here. So over here, 200Y equals, what's 144 minus 112? 32 divided by 200. Y equals 0.16. So it's going to be 16 cents per unit of gas. Hit pause and look at all of this work if you need to. Last example here. The total values of quarters and dimes is $6.90. So quarters is 25 cents, dimes is 10 cents. So 0.25 times quarters plus 0.10 D equals 6.90. If the quarters were dimes and the dimes were quarters, what they mean by that is if the values switched, if you plugged in the wrong numbers, they would be $7.80. So what they mean by that is put 0.10 with the Q and 0.25 with the D. That way, quarters and dimes switch. All right. A little weird, but if dimes were quarters and quarters were dimes, meaning you just multiplied the 10 cents with the wrong number of the ones you had. I'd rather not deal with decimals. I'm going to multiply all 6 of these things by 100. So I'm going to get 25Q plus 10D equals 690. And then 10Q plus 25D equals 780. Hit pause and try to solve this system using whatever method you would like. Alright guys, hit pause, solve this problem, either method that you would like, and bring this to class tomorrow and I will tell you what the answer is. Have a great day. Thanks guys.